Alright guys, so welcome back for another Dokkan battle video. And we already knew that there was probably going to be an Lr Gohan from the BoJack movie coming to JP Dokkan. But what surprised us about this is that, he's also going to be coming to Global, which again, I'll talk about more of the effects of that later. But that could really throw off the timeline of events that is going to be coming to Global's Christmas celebration. We don't know the details yet. They haven't revealed the celebration details yet. But, depending on what they do, this could really set Global back, or it could set Global forward. Alright, so let's take a look at this new Gohan. He has Movie Heroes 4 Ki 130%. And then, obviously, he has Super Tech 4 Ki 100%. That's usually what they've been going with these newer LRs. It's 130% in 4 Ki to a category, and then 4 Ki 100% to, their typing, which for this Gohan is Super Tech. His 12 Ki Soaring Dragon Havoc raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to the enemy, and lowers attack and defense. And then his 18 Ki, they would please organize this a little better, is raises defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage, and then massively lowers defense. And then his passive is Beyond the Galaxy, 58% attack and defense at the start of turn. So again, because of his stats, he is going to have around, I'm not sure for tech, but I think he's going to have around maybe 12, 11k defense. So that's actually really, really good, right off the bat. So 58% attack and defense at the start of turn, plus an additional 1 Ki per Ki Sphere obtained. So that's really, really good. So that means you're going to be able to really easily get, his 18 keys and 24 keys, because again, if you get his own orbs, he's going to be getting 3 Ki from that. Plus an additional 7% attack and defense per Ki Sphere obtained. So he is a unit that you want to give him a lot of Ki. Plus an additional attack plus 58% when performing an Ultra Super attack. Medium chance of launching an additional super attack. An additional 59% attack, and attacks become a critical hit when performing an Ultra Super attack if HP is 58% or less with a Movie Heroes category ally whose name includes Goku, youth excluded, on the team starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle only. Okay. Alright, so there's a lot going on with this Gohan. Immediately what I see is that this Gohan is going to be a huge damage dealer instantly, because he's getting a lot of attack on super attack. And again, that factors out differently than, his attack before he supers. So, yeah, this Gohan's going to hit very, very hard. And then with the 7% attack and defense he's getting per Ki Sphere, that is going to add even more damage as well as more defense for this Gohan. So this Gohan is going to be good. The only issue is he is going to be orb hungry. Like, he is going to want a lot of Ki. But because he gets an extra Ki per Ki Sphere, that's going to make it a little bit more easier for him to super. So that's good. Okay, I don't like what they did with the last part of his passive, because you have to have a Movie Heroes Goku on the same, on the same team. Okay, so that's actually much better. If it was on the same rotation, that would have been worse, kind of like with the AGL one, where it's like if you want his extra damage buff, you have to have, that Super Saiyan Goku on rotation. And by the way, I'm talking about the Lr AGL transforming Gohan, the one that released with Cell. Okay, so the last part of his passive is actually works in cohesion with his active skill, which is right here. So his active skill can be activated when HP is 58% or less, and if there's a Movies Hero category ally whose name includes Goku on the team starting from the 5th turn. So these are meant to work together, because again, he's going to get this extra 59% attack buff, and then he's going to get the other 59% attack buff from his active skill, as well as the 12 Ki. So not only is he going to be putting up a really massive number, because again, active skill attack buffs factor in differently than, passive skill attack buffs. Because if you take a look at Lr Tech Broly, whenever he gets his, active skill off, he hits those ridiculously high numbers. And I don't think Lr Tech Broly gets a huge attack buff like this. you know, as big as that. I don't think he gets one as big as that. And then with the link level update, you know, you have to look at his links. You know, legendary power is going to give him more attack on super attack. He's got like Super Saiyan, prepare for battle. All in the Family is actually pretty good at full level 10. Saiyan Warrior Race, shattering the limit. So, you know, he has really, really good links. The only link I would say is probably not the best, that you're probably not going to see all that often, is Gaze of Respect. Because the only units that I really know that have that is, I think, Piccolo. So, that might be a little hard to activate. But yeah, this guy is going to hit really hard. In terms of damage numbers, this Gohan is going to be really, really up there. And what that means is basically this guy finally gets replaced. The OG Lr Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. He finally gets replaced, as well as all of these guys. But, I mean, you're still decent, you know, for an EZA unit that, you know, maybe people don't have both of these, or LRs, or probably aren't going to have these guys. You know, this guy's still a really good option. I mean, all these guys could eventually get Awakenings. No, not Awakenings, but EZAs. And they could make them relevant again. But, you know, this guy, I mean, you're probably going to want to run him over any EZA unit, over the OG LR. But, I mean, this LR still has his uses. For example, the punching bag event. This Gohan always is going to, you know, dominate in there. And, you know, he still hits ridiculously high numbers, so, you know, this guy isn't completely gone. You know, I like that they made him opposing types. You know, he's tech and he's int, so you can still run this guy on some teams. But, you know, you're probably more than likely going to be running him. Okay, let's take a look at his categories, because that actually means a lot as well. So he's obviously on Movie Heroes, Hybrid Saiyans, Youth. Okay, that's another buff to Youth, so that's really good. Goku's Family, Bond of Master and Disciple, All Out Struggle, really good because, again, we just got that category over here on Global, so that's going to be another buff to it. Full Power, Exploding Rage, and Super Saiyan 2. Alright, so before anybody goes off saying why isn't he on Kamehameha, even though he has it on his super attack, is because of the wording. They named it Brilliant Strike. So because he doesn't have the Kamehameha, like, word in his super attack, they're not going to give it to him. Which is pretty stupid if you think about it. Because, again, this Gaze of Respect could have been thrown out and he could have been given Kamehameha. And then he would have had probably one of the best link sets in the game, because this would have been super easy to get. Because all of these links, except for maybe All in the Family, is going to be relatively pretty easy to run. Not only to run, but to get. So, that is unfortunate. Again, you know, they shafted him from the Kamehameha category, even though he does it in his super attack animations, but it's because, again, it's called Brilliant Strike. If they said maybe Brilliant Kamehameha Strike, then he would have been on the Kamehameha category, but because they didn't put it, he's not going to be on there. So that is a little unfortunate. Alright, so, again, this guy's replaced, but that's actually not a bad thing. You know, I mean, we still have this guy. I mean, he's still really good. It's just you never get to see him, so, you know, at least we'll finally be able to have a Gohan in Super Saiyan 2 that we can actually see. So now what I wanted to talk about is what this means. Because the issue with this is, if we go down here, you know, we still don't have this EZA. You know, we just got this event, but, you know, that one was only for really the LR Team Bardock. But, again, we don't even have this one yet. Again, we're missing several EZAs. We don't have that EZA. Okay, so we've gotten all of this. We're still missing this, but again, that's probably going to be in, like, part 2. Okay. Again, we're still missing the new Pride Troopers event, Topo and Dispo. And this is actually what I really wanted to talk about, is if they're giving us this Gohan, does this mean that they're going to push Jiren back? Because the big question now is, what is going to be for the what's going to happen for the celebration? Because, again, if they release Gohan, you know, is Gohan gonna be kind of like his own little part 2 celebration? Are they gonna, you know, release a new event exclusively for him? You know, what is going to be coming? Now, my best guess is that they're probably just gonna throw his banner as well as Jiren's banner at the same time. Is my best guess. You know, they're just gonna throw Jiren's banner, his banner, and then, you know, they're gonna have maybe an exclusive edition of, like, Dokkan Ultimate Clash, or, explosive chain battle that both Global and JP are taking on at the same time. And it's really unsure because, again, we still have a lot of things to cover. We've already got Ultimate Gohan. We're still a couple world tournaments behind, but again, that's not really important. We still got some Super Battle Road stages that we still need to get. Some Easy A's. Let me go down here because I know there's more. Okay, let's go down. Please, Dokkan Wiki, load. Please load. Alright, so, we're still missing Golden Frieza. Turles as well, LR Turles, other world tournament. Some more Easy A units again for the Frieza, the Prime Battle Frieza. The Shadow Dragon, Gogeta. These Awakenings, which I'm actually surprised that they didn't come with the Dragon Ball Heroes campaign, because again, they could have released this on Global and given us the Mass Saiyan Easy A, which would have been much, much better. Okay, we obviously got these guys together. And then Bojack, and then this is where, that Gohan comes in, so because of the way that they're doing things, this could really throw us off in terms of, when things are going to come. But again, I would say the best bet is probably just release this Gohan along with Jiren and then keep the celebration as it is, because keeping the celebration as it is probably the best bet that they can do. Because again, if they release it, then they're going to give us Topo and Dispo's Easy A, they're going to give us Caulifla's and Kale's Easy A, they're going to give us their Easy Area. So by not trying to change it, it's going to give us a lot more content. Because again, if you pull Gohan, then you can farm his medals. And then you can, there's something for you to do. Or even if you pull Jiren, again, there's something for you to do. Because then you have to go and farm all of these medals up. Or even if you pull one of the Pride Troopers, you have to farm his medals, from his story event. And then, you can also farm the casserole from the story event. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you can at least do the Easy A's. For Topo and Dispo, the universe, I think it is 2 girls and then Kale and Caulifla, So again, by not changing it and keeping it consistent, I think that is their best bet in terms of, not really screwing up further the global timeline. And then, actually, if we take a look at what this guy said, is Gohan Celebration starts on the 14th and should end on the 24th. So, we should probably get another banner. And this guy actually teases that it could be a dual, Global and JP release of this year. Because again, if they're trying to set us up for that, that's actually a really good idea just in terms of, a business standpoint of making money. Because again, they could release this with the Dual Dokkan Fest. And, New Year's is a huge deal over on Japan. So, again, who knows what's going to be coming, but my best guess and my hope is that they don't mess up with the timeline, just leave it as it is. Release this Gohan along with Jiren, keep everything as it's going to be. But again, we don't know anything so far yet. Until they drop the celebration details, we're still in the dark. So hopefully, again, they don't mess this up. They just keep it as it is. And, just hope for the best. Because again, we're still behind many, many events, many Easy A's, so I mean, hopefully Akatsuki listens and they just don't screw us over. So anyways, guys, that is going to do for today's video. You guys can go down on the comments below and tell me what you guys think of this Gohan. Personally, for me, I think Gohan is very, very good. His stats are amazing. He's going to hit like a freight train, that's for sure. In terms of attack, Gohan's easily going to be one of the hardest hitters in the game. My only issue with him is, again, they're really making him a bit restricted in terms of his passive and active skill. But, movie hero Goku is not the worst condition. Because, again, you have LR Spirit Bomb Goku. You have LR God Goku, who's been out for a while now from the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So, you still, I mean, if you have one of those guys, or even the hundreds of others, like the Easy A Super Saiyan Goku from the Metal Cooler movie. Again, there's that guy right there as well. If you have him and then you pull this Gohan, you're going to be able to see this guy at his full strength. But again, I think the HP restriction is stupid. They should have just kept it Movie Heroes Goku ally, and then after 5 turns. You know, I would have easily rather preferred that, because again, HP restrictions now are starting to get really hard to attain, just because again, the units that they're releasing are just so good, and you just blast through events. It's really hard to see their active skills, you know, in Dokkan events. So that is going to do for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.